Kaltxì Hello. Wangati kami. I see you. My name is Sarah, but my OC is Naikulu. She is a forest Navi of the Amatica. I'm thinking of the Amaticaya because, of course, everybody wants to be in the clan that Jake Sully's in, and the Sully family is in. Although I might explore other planets just to look, but I think I'll still be Amaticaya. It's like so far I have this OC, and then I also have my my Sarantu character that I might have her own name and whatnot too. Between this book and this book, this one actually has more. So this one came out, and then this one, because I was looking in the table of contents, and there's actually more in this. So, yes, I forgot to try to add some ambiance very quickly. Nope. Yes. Forgive me if I start coughing. I'm trying to fight going under the weather. So, anyway. The World of Avatar, the visual exploration. Forward by Zoe Saldana. And introduction by John Lando. Expanded and updated includes Fire and Ash. So yeah, see, expanded and updated. So I got that one, and then this other one. And another Avatar thing that I'm doing is working on copying the dictionary onto notepads in here. As far as I know, the Navi dictionary online has 3,003 words at present, like individual words plus their meaning and stuff like that. So I went and copied it here, and then I'm also doing the word list thing, and whatever isn't copied in all the word lists from like A all the way to the Z. Once I get to the end, if there's any, like after I copy it, then I also cross it off. So if there's anything left, then that's just gonna go at the very end or where I think it should go, and then eventually add on from there. So I'm trying to write really neatly and stuff, and some of these I can tell that I haven't, but I am working on it. So, yes. And this is not from the official Avatar site, but it's one that has a Navi to English type of dictionary, and also you can like there might be a little arrow that you can, like, in a sense, or like a play button, and you can hear how it's pronounced, which I believe is also from the man who actually created the language. I think his first name is Paul. So, anyway, here we go. The World of Avatar, visual exploration. Celebrate James Cameron's Avatar and discover more of its incredible world than ever before. Explore Pandora in rich detail, from its extraordinary geology to the lush flora and vibrant fauna of its skies and seas. Understand the Navi way of life and discover the array of clans that occupy Pandora's diverse lands, the humans who seek to explore this stunning world, and those who wish to exploit it. This updated edition covers over a decade of exceptional storytelling, including the original film, sequels Avatar: The Way of Water and Avatar: Fire and Ash, plus the hit game Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. We need action figures, please, McFarlane. If you want to help us cope. I want Renal so bad. Anyway. Oh, I got a big forehead. Anyway. Based on the story and the world created by The story, characters, and the world created by James Cameron, written by Joshua Izzo, Raimundo Perez, or Raimundo Perez. Sorry if I'm butchering it. And Simon Beecroft. Table of contents. Some very lovely Pandoran art there. I hope it's not too bright. But also, if you have these books, you could just look at the visuals yourself. No. Okay. Forward by Zoe Saldana. No, I'm not going to try to sound like her because I can't do that. Anyway, when I first embarked on my Avatar journey, I really had no idea what to expect. The story was amazing. The visuals were unlike anything I had ever seen before in my career. And every single part of the world of Pandora was perfectly and exactingly crafted, from Pandora herself, to the Na'vi language, to the culture, and more. Sorry if I don't know if I skipped it. Have you ever had it where you're reading and then you're wondering if you skipped something? Yeah. Oh, my eyes look really, really blue. It was absolutely incredible. In the years since Avatar was released, I have been blessed with 3 amazing children. They are my light, and I could not think of my life now without them. They've grown up with Avatar and know all about Pandora and Neytiri and Jake and the amazing and beautiful alien moon that their mother lives on. When I returned to reprise my role as Neytiri for the Avatar sequels, I learned that Neytiri was also a mother. My life experience was now experience for stepping back into that role. What I learned during filming was that the story of Avatar is really the story of family, and that is something that is relatable to every single person on Earth. One of the things I did every day with my children was read to them. DK books have been a part of my household forever, and when I filmed Avatar, I would never in my wildest dreams imagine I would one day be able to share a DK book like this with my family. It's been an honor and a privilege to share this incredible Avatar journey with my children, and I hope that you, dear reader, will be able to do the same. Sign. Okay. Introduction, John Lando. Rest in peace. I remember when I had heard that he had passed. I was in an Arby's drive-through it was on a Wednesday. And I was listening to the Avatar 2 soundtrack, and it was playing the From Darkness to Light music. I briefly was able to connect online while I was sitting there waiting in line, and I was like, and the music was, that track was playing. I have all the music in a playlist, and that track was specifically playing. I was like, I was shocked. Never met him, never met anybody. I don't live in LA. Or, never been to any type of conference or gathering of fans or nothing like that. But he seemed like he was an amazing guy, so yeah. So introduction. That's too high. I'll never forget reading Jim's Avatar scriptment in 1995. Depicted on those pages were some of the most evocative, emotional, and incredibly cinematic ideas that I had ever read. The characters were endearing and relatable. The themes of the story were universal, and the world, well, simply put, it was amazing with limitless possibilities. To create that world cinematically, we engaged the brightest and most creative people we knew. The team included not only some of the film industry's top concept designers, but also an astrophysicist, a professor of botany, a world-renowned painter, a linguist to create the Navi language, and many other incredibly talented people. The beautiful and breathtaking world they created revealed only a small section of Pandora and its inhabitants. I'm sorry if this is too loud. I don't know. I do want some background, but sometimes when I get reading, I might be a little bit quiet, so I want this to be able to be heard. Creating another language and many other incredibly talented people. The beautiful and breathtaking world they created revealed only a small section of Pandora and its inhabitants. I just read that. Since the initial release of the film, Jim and our team have continued to expand the world of Avatar. We have done this through collaborations with Cirque du Soleil on the touring arena show Turok the First Flight, with Disney Imagineers on the groundbreaking of Pandora, the World of Avatar at Disney Animal Kingdom, with Ubisoft on their state-of-the-art PC/console game Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and with others in such areas as publishing and location-based entertainment. It'd be cool to see the first flight. I got the DVD, though. I got the DVD. But it would be cool to see it in person. With each of these expansions of the Avatar universe, we add new Na'vi clans and new stories and lore, as well as new creatures and plants to the already rich tapestry created in the film. Which leads me to the book you are holding now. Sorry. This side of my tongue is irritated. Like I could get it like an irritated taste or something, so I don't know if it was something with too much acid on it or whatnot. Or if I was biting my tongue when I took a nap earlier. You know, who knows? Bite your tongue! The World of Avatar, a visual dictionary, is a celebration of the Avatar universe. The book pulls together threads from various pockets of our known universe and also provides a sneak peek of what will be revealed in our upcoming Avatar film sequels. It is my hope that this book not only reminds you of the richness and depth of the Avatar world, but also provides a tantalizing glimpse of the beauty and majesty yet to be discovered. As the Na'vi say, Irayo, thank you. Enjoy your trip back to Pandora. John Matthew. Okay, chapter 1, The World of Pandora. I'm gonna at least read that, and then I'm gonna end it, and then do the next one. Pandora. 4.5 light years from Earth lies the beautiful moon of Pandora, a seemingly unspoiled paradise. The awe-inspiring, magical beauty of Pandora and the mysteries of its Na'vi inhabitants, flora, and fauna are more than enough to fire the imagination of a visitor from Earth. Indeed, the discovery of this primal paradise, 4.5 light years away, has contributed to a seismic shift in humankind's perception of our place in the universe and our relationship with our own fragile planet. Pandora possesses natural beauty surpassing anything on earth. Sorry, I could not resist. That's actually better. Or should I turn? I don't know. I decided to. We risk a little more light. At night, almost every living thing blazes with bioluminescence, an enthralling, flashing, flickering, rainbow-hued display. On a spiritual level, a strange harmony pervades all Pandoran life. Humans that embrace it experience a sense of peace and belonging unlike anything they have ever known before. Yet no paradise is perfect. Save one. Pandora experiences enormous volcanic eruptions as well as magnetic storms caused by interactions with the magnetic field of neighboring gas giant Polyphemus. It also has a number of dangerous, even deadly, plants and animals. Uncharted territory, Pandora is covered in massive oceans and continents, most of which remain totally unexplored by humans. And Polyphemus. In the skies above Pandora looms the gas giant planet Polyphemus, roughly twice the size of Neptune. Polyphemus has 14 moons, of which Pandora is the 5th closest, and is the one that also most resembles Earth. So are there other moons that are also inhabited? I don't know. So here's that picture there. And then there's Polyphemus. This is Polyphemus. It's kind of weird to think of Pandora as a moon and not a planet, but yeah. A deceiving paradise. Pandora is similar in size and appearance to Earth and has lush forests, spectacular mountains, valleys, plains, lakes, rivers, islands, and continents surrounded by seas. But Pandora is not Earth. Its nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere is much denser than our own and contains so much carbon dioxide that humans who breathe it soon become unconscious and die. Remember, people, if you lose that mask, you're unconscious in 20 seconds, you're dead in 4 minutes. Let's nobody be dead today. It looks very bad on my report. That would look bad on a report. Guy, he dies just landing on base because he didn't put his mask on. Another toxic gas, hydrogen sulfide, is spewed out by hundreds of continually erupting volcanoes. Don't start doing that now. The moon's plant life often contains chemicals that render it unfit for human consumption, while many species have poisonous thorns or pods that explode and spray acidic sap. So, can humans eat Pandoran food? And it kind of says it often contains chemicals that render it unfit for them to eat, unless there's been some scientific changing that where they can make it safe to eat for humans, you know. So, there's the answer to that. Data file. Navi name Ewa Iveng, or Ewa's child. Environment, Earth-like, but humans need an exomask to breathe its air. Resources, the only known source of unobtainium vital to Earth's economy, and Amrita, which halts human aging. Okay. All right. Pandora's geology. Alien and beautiful. The extraordinary geology of Pandora is a world unto itself. Strong gravitational influences from Polyphemus, Pandora's gas giant, Earth parent planet, have brought about a variety of bizarre, electromagnetically derived phenomena. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do do. Unobtainium, or within rock formations such as the Hallelujah Mountains and the Stone Arches, has resulted in some of these huge masses literally floating, suspended between the powerful overlapping magnetic forces of Pandora and Polyphemus. Such magic field anomalies exist at several sites. My mom's dog, he's dreaming. There are a number of fluxcons, or flux concentrations, dotted around Pandora, including the flux vortex that lifts the Hallelujah Mountains, a countering form of magnetism, flux pinning, aka quantum locking, stops the mountains from being literally pulled into space. So this magnetic field helps it because of the magnetic rocks, stuff that's in the rocks that make it float. There's also, and then there's the gravity, so it's constantly doing this or whatever. Torus-shaped feature. The huge arcing structure of the Cove of the Ancestors is a spectacular example of fluxcon. Okay. And the Cove of the Ancestors is the sacred site of the Metcaina clan. The Cove of the Ancestors is a flux concentration with an exceptionally powerful magnetic field and strong concentrations of unobtainium. Relatively small horizontal floating islands are flux pinned in space above and below the water. Unobtainium. One of the main reasons that humans established a base of operations on such a distant moon is to mine the precious ore unobtainium. Unique to Pandora, unobtainium is a rare earth compound with high temperature superconductor and has become the backbone of Earth's economy. Unobtainium is used by many specialized applications, such as superliminal communications and computer hyperchip manufacturing. The ore sells for close to 44 million per pound, or 20 million per kilogram. Because this little gray rock sells for 20 million a kilo. That's the only reason we're here. It pays for the whole party. It's what pays for your science. Comprendo? Precious and rare. A small but highly valuable and sought-after sample of unobtainium floats in a Resources Development Administration, or RDA, magnetic containment field. Magnetic Majesty. Malmok, or rings of stone, were formed when Pandora cooled from its molten state. Magnetic fields shaped the molten rock, which then hardened over millennia. Wind and weather have eroded the rock to form spectacular arches. It's actually going all the way through. We're almost done here, though. Okay. The Hallelujah Mountains. This video is probably going to be too long to put on Instagram. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do like one page per thing or whatever. So I might put this on YouTube instead. Maybe TikTok. I don't know if TikTok will allow it. That's a long video. It's already 24 minutes long and 30 seconds. So here we go. The Hallelujah Mountains. The majestic, mysterious Iram Alusing hover high among the clouds. You should see your faces. Yeah. The magnificent, spectacular Hallelujah Mountains, just one of the many different floating mountain ranges on Pandora, are composed of billions of tons of rock that float high in the air like clouds. The mountains are heavily forested and often have majestic waterfalls cascading down their sheer sides. If they have waterfalls going down, how do they not run out of water? Because if it's been doing that for thousands of years, so like, sure, it rains and stuff, so there's water that's got to be collecting sometime, but it doesn't rain every day. Anyway, these massive rock formations are connected by great cable-like bridges of vegetation. High winds and storms sometimes cause the mountains to collide in midair. These crushing impacts have led the Navi to call these marvels Eylan Alusin, or thundering rocks. I thought it was Kegangan. Booming sound. Anyway, the mountains seem to defy gravity, but the scientific explanation from them derives from Pandora's liquid iron core and its proximity to the planet Polyphemus. The combination of Pandora's denser atmosphere, the magnetic pole of Polyphemus, and large rocks rich in superconducting unobtainium ore creates these floating wonders. Sky high, Jake Sully's and members of his family ride their Eylan between the Hallelujah Mountains. Hazardous flying conditions. Magnetic fields that suspend the mountains disrupt radar. Pilots have to rely on their eyesight to navigate through clouds and avoid collisions. Yeah. Anything that has a flux that's going to mess up with the computers and all that stuff. They have the fire line of sight. They bring the fight to us. We have the home field advantage. Natural attachment. Smaller floating rock clusters form alongside these vast mountains, boulders, alongside these mountains, sorry. Boulders are tethered to each other only by the vines that grow between them. So when you're climbing up the rookery, you gotta be careful. And not overjump and then fall. Like in the game. That I have not done. Have I gotten close? Yes. Sacred sites in the sky. The mountains are the staging ground for Ikni one of a series of dangerous rites of passage in which a young Navi warrior must select and be selected by, and then bond with one of the mountain banshees who roost there. Floating mountains. Floating mountains and stone arches are two of Pandora's most distinctive landforms. Both are markers for the presence of the invaluable mineral unobtainium, which, owing to the high concentration of magnetic polarization, causes considerable disruption to human technology. The mountains serve as a highly visible warning to pilots of the nexus of intense magnetic fields. The first human explorers to see the floating mountains were awestruck, as are all humans lucky enough to have seen the phenomenon. The sights of billions of tons of rock floating weightlessly as clouds seemed utterly inexplicable. When these explorers returned to base, their comrades thought that the holographic images they brought back were an elaborate practical joke. But this is not so. It was real. A couple more pages. This is definitely going on YouTube. Beautiful but dangerous. By day, the rainforest. By day, the slanting rays of Pandora's sun illuminates a profusion of strange exotic plants. The Ametikaya clan of the Navi make their home in one of Pandora's many immense rainforests. Nat Ring is the great rainforest closest to where the human sky people build their Hell's Gate colony. It's raining outside. It's either rain or wind. And it's really cold. Everything's covered in ice already. It's going to be a lovely commute to work tomorrow. As with many of Pandora's biological phenomena, the forest is laced with bioluminescent flora that glow in darkness. Many of the rainforest trees are so tall they almost seem to reach up to the sky. Although a bountiful seeming paradise, nearly every area of the forest contains a plant, animal, or geological feature that may spell danger, even death, to unwary strangers. It is in this forest, among the jellyfish-like Pandora, succulent dapaphet, which are also for healing, and iridescent war bonnet ferns, that the human explorers of Pandora first encounter creatures like the mighty Titanothere and the vicious viper wolf. With the Ometecaia people as their guides, these humans learned that although peril may lurk around every tree, great beauty may also be found in the smallest of wonders. Home tree rising. Of all the immense trees in the forest, the Ometecaia home tree, or Kalutro, is one of the oldest and the largest. Well, it was. Wonderful wilderness. Every layer of the vast rainforest teems with life. Its magnificent trees are 10 times larger than any found on Earth. A typical Navi can walk, run, even ride a heavy dire horse across the elevated root system that crisscrosses the mid-canopy level. The ground is filled with other plants and insects, and with a host of animals of all shapes and sizes. The upper canopies are home to numerous creatures of the air, such as the forest banshee and Pteroptera. The rainforest at night. Glowing Panopyra illuminate the rainforest. The zooplankton, part animal, part plant, life forms of Pandora, like the Panopyra and the Helicordian, have primitive nervous systems. Panopyra grows toward its prey, unaffected by gravity. Okay. Now, the reef. Atolls. Yeah, kind of just jumps to there. The Metcaina's island home is protected by a sea wall that the clan believes was created by Eylan. Navi sea creatures, or reef people, sea creatures, cultures, I'm sorry. Cut! Are closely aligned by the rhythms and wildlife of Pandora's oceans where they make their homes. The Metcaina live on an island among the atolls and coastal and barrier reefs, which form a natural seawall that encloses a calm lagoon. They built their villages among enormous mangrove-like trees that fringe the island. In every way, Metcaina life is tied to their beloved rich marine habitat. Although relations with other clans are currently peaceful, the Metcaina maintain their reputation as fierce warriors who would die to protect their home. Though they are too remote to fight along the Ometecaia in the first battle against the Sky People, the RDA's return and the Sully's family's surprise appearance threatens their existence. rich waters. The shallows of the tranquil lagoon are full of unique fish brought in from the ocean by the upward water flows. Unique reef. The Metcaina live within an atoll with a ring-shaped seawall approximately 30 miles or 48 kilometers in diameter. The tide flows in and out through openings in the wall structure, welling up and cascading down to form terraced tide pools, which are unique to Pandoran reefs. Over millions of years, the corals on the barrier reef have grown up to 100 feet, 30.5 meters, above the surface of the water, quite unlike any coral reefs found on Earth. Worlds apart. The atoll is approximately 300 miles or 483 kilometers northeast of the Amaticaya rainforest, or an 8-hour flight by Ikran, including rest stops. Okay. Diverse landscapes. Exploring offshore regions of the Amaticaya and the topography of the western frontier. Pandora's continent, islands, oceans, and seas are home to a wide variety of environments inhabited by Navi clans. From the rainforest-dwelling Amaticaya to the ocean Metcaina and countless species of animals and plants. The RDA has focused attention on the moon's western frontier, located on a separate continent from the Amaticaya, which has a wealth of natural resources and is home to many clans, including the Aranahe, Sarentu, Zeswa, and Kamatire. The region includes the dense jungle of the Kinglor Forest, the mountainous clouded forest rich in pine trees, mosses, and fungi, and the upper plains, notable for their grasslands, colorful flora, lush grasses, caves, and stark rock formations. Upper Plains. The region of the western frontier known as the Upper Plains is mostly windswept grasslands with cliffs and soaring stone arches. It is home to the fierce Zeswa clan, who roam the area along with animals such as Kailka, or bladeheads. Abundant lands. The western frontier is rich in natural gases and fuels, which makes it a target for exploitation by the RDA's frontier operations. Not at the Sarentu inhabit. Kinglor Forest. The western frontier's Kinglor Forest is a rainforest with great roots and wild twisting vines. It is home to the artistic Aranahe clan and fauna such as hammerhead titanotheres, hexapedes, and kinglors, the large moth-like creatures that give this forest its name. So if those of you who are familiar with the game, the Kinglor Forest is basically just like the Amaticaya Forest, it just has big moths. And the moth's got a stinger too. So I've been told. The Spires. Located on the western frontier's clouded forest, the Spires is a region of steep, rocky landscapes inhabited by predators called echo stalkers, who hunt using echolocation. Tranquil Forest. The clouded forest, with its towering trees, rocky gorges, and natural caves, is home to the rare and magnificent sailfin Goliath, which is that creature right there. Okay, that was chapter 1. Sorry it's 40 minutes now. This is almost an hour long video, but I hope you like it and I will continue to do more. Wangatikame. Thank you for watching. If you were able to stay for the whole thing or watch it in your pastime when not working, or in other ways to escape because it's about Pandora, the place that we know and love. Have a wonderful day, night, good morning, good evening, and good night.